In this exercise, you're going to experience yourself without any kind of conscious effort. So, we will be looking at the thoughts and emotions that arise within you spontaneously without planning. There is no way you can fail at this exercise. Whatever you feel and think is right. I want you to start by closing your eyes and settling into your chair. Follow my voice. If you find yourself wandering at any point, gently find your way back to the sound of my voice. In this moment, I want you to turn your attention to this room. Picture yourself in this room sitting exactly where you are. Try and feel your skin as you're sitting in the chair. Can you see the shape being made by the parts of your skin touching the chair? Notice any bodily sensations that you feel are there. With each feeling, acknowledge its presence and allow your consciousness to move on from it. If an emotion arises, acknowledge that it's there and allow it to move on at its own pace. Now I want you to notice any thoughts that you're having in this moment. Quietly observe them for a few moments. As you watch your thoughts, I want you to notice that you are noticing your thoughts. There's a part of you that is watching yourself. There is a part of you now noticing your sensations, your emotions, your thoughts. We will call that part the observer you. There is a person in there behind those eyes who is aware of what I'm saying right now. And it's the same person you've been your whole life. In a deep sense, this observer you is the you that you refer yourself to. I want you to remember something that happened last summer. Now look around. Remember all the things that were happening then. Remember the sights, the sounds, your feelings. And as you do that, see whether you can see yourself noticing what you're noticing. See whether or not you can catch the person behind your eyes watching, hearing, and feeling. You were there then, as you are here now. I'm not asking you to believe this, nor am I trying to make a logical point. I'm just asking to notice the experience of this awareness and to ask yourself whether it is or isn't so that in some sense, the person who was there last summer, watching and feeling, is also here now. The person that is aware of what you are aware of is just as here now as it was then. There is an essential continuity between the person who is aware now and the person who was aware of yourself as a teenager in that situation. You have been you your whole life. Finally, remember something that happened when you were a fairly young child, say around the age of 6 or 7. Now look around. Remember all the things that were happening then. Remember the sights, the sounds, your feelings. And again, try to catch the moment you were observing yourself, seeing, hearing, and feeling. Notice that there was a person there behind those child eyes. You were there then as you are here now. The person aware of what you were aware of as a child is still here now. Every stage of your life, you have been noticing yourself. It's always been watching you. From that perspective, I want you to look at some areas of living. Let's start with your body. Your body is constantly changing. Sometimes your body gets sick. Sometimes your body is filled with energy and movement. Your body can feel rested and your body can feel tired. Your body can be strengthened or weakened. You were once a tiny baby, fragile and needing constant care. But then your body grew to stand on its own. Your body may have even faced challenges by having some of its part removed in an operation. The cells in your body have died, many of them staying with your infancy or adolescence, many cells not returning after last summer. Your cells come and go. These bodily sensations come and go. Even if we have spoken, sensations and cells have come and gone. Everything changes except the you that you called you your whole life. It travels with you in your mind and emotions, adapting to its every change, existing beyond your body. Yes, you have a body, but the you experiences your body. It's not part of it. Now notice your body again, just for a moment. As you do this, every so often try to observe how you're observing. Let's go on to another area, your roles. How many roles do you play? How many roles have you played in the past? Sometimes you play the role of a father, a mother, a friend, a daughter, a wife, an employee. Other times you're a leader, a follower. Think of these roles. In this world, there is always a role to be played. Even if you try not to play a role, then you would be playing the role of a person not playing a role. Even now, you're playing this role, the client role. Beyond each role you play, there is a role that is unchanging and unmoving. That is the observer you, the part that you call you that is always watching. It's always aware of what you are aware of. There's a you that does not change. It does not bend to fit other roles. It's not affected by it. It stays in its form. The observer you is not part of your body and it's not part of the role you play. It simply experiences them and takes note. I'm not asking you to believe this. I'm just asking to distinguish between what you're looking at and the you that is watching you looking. Now let's go to another area, emotions. Your emotions are always changing. In the span of a few minutes, you can move from feeling of love to hatred to calmness, to joy to happiness to sorrow. Even now, you may be experiencing emotions. You could be feeling interest, boredom, relaxation. Think of things you may have liked before that you don't like anymore. Think of fears you had that have now been resolved. The only promise emotions give you is the promise of impermanence. Waves of emotions come and go. And even then, the you does not change. The you observes from every tiny moment of joy to emotional tsunamis that take over your thoughts and your body. But they always go, and the observer you is always there, remaining unaffected. You are not your emotions, you are an experiencer of emotions, flowing in and out of you. Realize that this is an experienced event. This is not a belief you must have. In a deep and important sense, your you is constant. You remain you through it all. So notice your emotions for a moment. As you do, notice also that you are noticing them. Now let's turn our attention gently to the most difficult area, your own thoughts. Thoughts are difficult because they hook us and pull us out of our observer role. If this happens, gently come back to the sound of my voice. Notice how your thoughts change restlessly. Your thoughts used to lack knowledge, and then you went to school and you learned new thoughts. These new thoughts created in you new ideas and knowledge. Sometimes you think about things one way and sometimes from a different angle. Sometimes your thoughts make little sense. Sometimes thoughts enter your head automatically without your control. Sometimes thoughts keep you up at night, even though your body is tired and ready to sleep. Thoughts constantly change. Look at what your thoughts were like when you came in today, and how many different thoughts you had until now. And still, the you that watches you think is unchanging. Although you have thoughts, you're not just your thoughts. Don't believe this, just notice it. And notice that even as you realize this, a stream of thoughts continues. You may get caught up in them, you may become consumed by them, but there's always a part of you that is standing back, watching each thought come in and leave again. So now watch your thoughts for a few moments. And as you do, notice also that you're noticing them. So, as a matter of experience and not of belief, you are not just a body, a role to play, emotions, or thoughts. These things create experiences in your life, but you are the arena, you're the context, the space in which they unfold. As you see that, notice that the things you've been struggling with and trying to change are not you anyway. As this war continues battling on, you will be there, unchanged and watching. Can you take advantage of this connection and let go just a bit more? Notice these domains that show up, and as you do, notice that you're still you, watching and being aware of what you're aware of. Now, again, come back and picture yourself in this room. And now, picture the room. And when you're ready to come back in, open your eyes.